To a day in 15 minutes, UPSC Prelims Daily Current Affairs by Ekam IAS. Today is 6th July 2021 and the topics for discussion are a new source of gravitational waves, the Tal volcano, one nation, one ration card scheme, and finally the Nipun Bharat mission. Now coming to the first topic of the day, which is a new source of gravitational waves. Now this new source of gravitational waves is in news because the scientists for the first time have detected gravitational waves which have been formed due to the collision of a neutron star and a black hole. Now you have to keep in mind here is that beforehand itself our scientists have discovered gravitational waves, but all those gravitational waves which were discovered were from the collision of two basic black holes. But this is for the first time we are finding a situation wherein there is a black hole and a neutron star which is coming closer and colliding with each other and then forming gravitational waves. So why is this thing important? Okay, what is the speciality of this discovery? One of the major specialities or the importance of the discovery is that for the first time now we know that we have many binary systems in the universe which consist of more than two normal stars or two normal black holes. So right now we have found a third new category wherein we have binary systems which consist of neutron stars and black holes. So this is one major discovery that we have found till now. Now coming to the point of which institute is responsible for making this discovery. Actually in the initial time in January of 2021, it was the LIGO detector in Louisiana, USA which made this discovery. But the final edges or the final measurements of this particular gravitational wave was made by an institute in Italy which is the Virgo detector in Italy. So there are two institutes or two detectors which are responsible for this. The LIGO detector in Louisiana, USA and the Virgo detector which is located in Italy. Now, coming and simply giving a brief idea about gravitational waves. To simply understand what gravitational waves are basically ripples in the space-time fabric which are caused because of the collision of very large celestial bodies. Now these large celestial bodies can be the collision between two black holes, it can be the collision between two stars, and in the latest new development it is because of the collision of a neutron star and a black hole. Now this energy, this massive energy is given out during these collisions and this energy causes these ripples in the space-time fabric. And these ripples will travel all throughout the space-time fabric and finally reach Earth, or it may basically pass through Earth. And when these waves pass through Earth, various detectors in the Earth, which is basically the LIGO detector or the Virgo detector, will find these or detect these gravitational waves. Okay. So that's all with the first news. Let's go to the second news, which is the Tal volcano. Now in the image you can see here that the Tal volcano is a very composite or a complex volcano and it is located in the Philippines. Now just because you see this image, you can understand that the Tal volcano is not a normal volcano, which means it is not having a standard conical shape or it is not a single mound with a crater on top. Rather, the Tal volcano is categorized as a stratovolcano. It's a multiple stratovolcanoes. Basically what this means is that there are many small volcanoes, conical hills, craters of all shapes and sizes this Tal volcano does not have a single distinct dome. Alright, now why is this thing in news is because the government of Philippines and the government scientists of Philippines are saying that this Tal volcano can erupt any time soon. The main reason they're giving this information is because the Tal volcano is giving off extremely high levels of volcanic gas emissions. Till now it's only giving off volcanic gas emissions, but now they're saying at this point of time the amount of gas which is released is extremely high. So there is a big doubt, or they suspect that this particular volcano will erupt. Now it is actually a dangerous situation here because if you look at the image here, you can see right north of the Tal volcano, you can see the city of Manila. which is a very, very important city of Philippines. And there also you can see there's a huge population which is living in and around the volcanic region. So that is why this is actually very, very dangerous. Now, as I told you, the Taal volcano is actually classified as a complex volcano, and it is classified as a complex volcano by the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology. Okay, so what is a complex volcano? Now, a complex volcano, which is also called a compound volcano, it is a volcano which has two or more vents for the lava to erupt. Alright. Now with that we'll go to the next topic, which is the One Nation, One Ration Card scheme. Now this is in news because, first and foremost, a few months back, the Supreme Court of India has directed that all the states in the country, all the states and union territories in the country must implement the One Nation, One Ration Card scheme. So what is the scheme, or what is the main aim of the scheme? This particular scheme is going to enable the migrant workers and their family members to buy subsidized ration from any fair price shop anywhere in the country. Okay, and this falls under the National Food Security Act of 2013. So what is the situation as of now? As of now, if you have a migrant worker, let us say there's a migrant worker from West Bengal and he travels to another state, let's say Andhra Pradesh. His original address is that of West Bengal. So he will get the PDS system or the subsidized food grains only in West Bengal, not in Andhra Pradesh. So to counter that, to deal with this issue, we have the One Nation, One Ration Card scheme. Now understand, the One Nation, One Ration Card scheme was launched in the month of August in 2019, and till date 32 states and union territories have joined the One Nation, One Ration Card scheme. There are 4 states which have not joined the One Nation, One Ration Card schemes, and these states are Assam, Chhattisgarh, Delhi and West Bengal. But the main reason as to why this One Nation, One Ration Card is in news is because of the fact that Delhi will soon join the One Nation, One Ration Card scheme, and the other 3 states, which is Assam, Chhattisgarh and West Bengal, will soon be joining the One Nation, One Ration Card scheme as well. Okay. Now, the One Nation, One Ration Card scheme is based on the technology that involves certain details of the beneficiaries. Now, what are those details? The Aadhaar card number, the ration card and the electronic point of sale equipments are needed here. Now, basically this system will identify the beneficiary or this migrant worker through biometric authentication with the help of the electronic point of sale devices, which is located at the fair price shop. Alright, now this system, that is the One Nation, One Ration Card scheme, will be running with the help of 2 portals, which is the Integrated Management of Public Distribution System, that is IMPDS, and finally the Anna Vitran, which will host all the relevant data of the migrant workers or the beneficiaries. Alright, so with that we are done with that particular topic. Now we will go to the last and final topic of the day, which is Nipun Bharat Mission. Now the Nipun Bharat Mission has been launched today by the Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal. So let's come and talk about what is the Nipun Bharat Mission. Now the Nipun Bharat Mission, which is the National Initiative for Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy, has been launched by the Ministry of Education. To be more exact, the Minister of Education, Nitin Pokhriyal, has launched it. The main objective of this particular scheme is to create an enabling environment, to ensure universal acquisition of foundational literacy and numeracy. Basically speaking, to create an environment for the children to have basic foundational literacy or basic education in language and numbers, so that every child in the country will be having learning competencies in reading, writing and numeracy, and they will be able to do this by the end of the 3rd standard or grade 3, and the Government of India has to achieve this target by 2026 to 27. Okay, so basically speaking, I'll tell it to you very simply, every child in the country by 3rd standard must have foundational literacy and numerical capabilities so that they can achieve learning competencies in reading. They must be able to read properly, they must be able to write properly, and they must be able to do basic mathematical problems, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. That is the main idea. Now this particular scheme or this mission would be implemented by the Department of School Education and Literacy, and a 5-tier implementation mechanism will be made, which is the national level, state level, district level, block level and finally the school level. These are the 5 tiers which will be there for implementation of this particular scheme. And this will be implemented in all states and union territories, and this particular mission comes under the sponsored scheme of Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. So last and finally, we'll just talk about the Samagra Shiksha program. See, this program was launched by subsuming 3 existing schemes, which was the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, and finally the Teacher Education program. Now the main aim of this scheme is to treat school education holistically from a preschool level all the way till the 12th standard or class 12th. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed and it was very informative. Thank you.